First of all, thanks for your efforts, for all the actions you have initiated for Artsakh. Maybe we ask you, please tell us what have been done so far.
We are a group of activists. We call ourselves Allies of Armenia, and what we try to do is to influence the Israeli media to tell the story of the people of Artsakh. The situation in Israel is very hard because the media they influenced by the government, by group of interests, and by the huge Azerbaijani lobby in Israel. And it seems they're afraid to tell to the people what's going on, especially when Israel has a responsibility of what's happening, because Israel used to sell a lot of weapons to Azerbaijan. So we try hard with the media. Last week, it was an article in one of the most popular newspaper in Israel about the situation of Artsakh. One of the people who interviewed to this article is a good friend of mine right now in Stepanakert. A few days before, another article in the most popular internet media. And we try all the time to give the story, to break the walls of the media, because it's most important people in Israel will be aware what's going on, especially when Israel had the guilt of what's going on. Last week, we also wrote a letter to the Israeli president, which a few months ago he visited in Baku and met with the dictator Aliyev, and we wrote a letter for him. Actually, it's this letter signed by tens of intellectuals, journalists, and well-known figures in Israel, and we urge him to make his influence on the Azeri regime to stop the siege and to open the Lachin corridor. Until now, he didn't respond to our letter. Well, we are not surprised, but we all the time try to make a pressure and a lot of things that people in Israel will know what's going on, because it seems that the Israeli government and the Israeli media don't want that the people of Israel will know what's happening right now in Artsakh.
Okay, so even Armenian community in Israel is not much active as you. We would like to understand your reasons why you are sensitive on Armenia, Nagorno-Karabakh issues.
Actually, I tell me personally, I traveled a lot to Armenia and also to Artsakh before. Many times before the war, I traveled in many villages, many places. I have a lot of friends. I also work as a tour guide in Armenia, bringing Israeli groups to Armenia. And but Artsakh is a part of my heart, and I feel myself part of Artsakh. I even visited Artsakh after the war 3 times, by the permission of the government of Artsakh. So for me, when this kind of situation is, I feel that my homeland is under attack, because for me, my friends, I see them as a family for me, and Artsakh, I see Artsakh as a homeland for me. Even I'm not Armenian, I'm Jewish, but I am so connected and so emotional to Armenia and Artsakh that I feel that my mission, especially when I'm Israeli citizen and I live in Israel, to fight for Artsakh, to support Artsakh. And our group, the Allies of Armenia, we make a cooperation with the Armenian communities. Until now, there was just one protest in front of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but it was a small one. And we plan to make another protest, cooperation of Israeli groups who fight against selling Israeli weapon to dictatorship and another groups who support refugees. And also the Armenian community, we plan to make a big demonstration to protest and to our mission is to urge Israeli government to make the influence of the Israelis with the Azerbaijani government to stop this siege under the Artsakhian population.
Okay, so when Israel state thinks that it serves its interest by providing weapons to countries that create humanitarian crises, countries that indiscriminately target civilians and commit grave violations of human rights, it's a heartbreaking violation of your mission. So if more voices stand for Artsakh in Israel, could be any change there?
Unfortunately, most of the people in Israel don't aware that this kind of weapon destroyed the life of thousands of 10,000 of people. The Israelis weapon industry, they do it for money. They explain to the people that the relationship with Azerbaijan is strategic relationship because the situation with Iran, and Israel has to be ally with Azerbaijan because Iran is enemy of Israel. But as we know, because Israel sell weapon to many dictatorships around the world, even to in Asia, in Africa, and South America, so we know that it's not the strategic answer is just excuse, but the main reason is money. It's a good money for the Israeli industry, and this is the main reason. And what we try to do is to explain to the people, is to show to the people that this weapon that Israel is selling to dictatorship is destroyed civilization, like what's happened 3 years ago in Artsakh, when most of Artsakh occupied by Azerbaijan and many people became refugees. It seems that most of the Israelis don't know it and don't aware of it, and this is very sad. And I'm very shy that my government, my country, do it for money, especially that the people who are right now in control in Israel are the grandsons and the granddaughters of Holocaust survivors. But unfortunately, this is the reality in Israel right now.
Yeah. Should we wait for any new actions, any new protests in support of the people of Artsakh?
Yes, we are, as I told before, we are planning to do a demonstration, cooperation with the Armenian communities and other Israeli groups on the beginning of September. So we want it to be huge demonstration, as we did during the war. You know, during the war, the 44 days war, we had demonstrations of 500 people. We organized convoy of 100 cars from Haifa city in the north to Jerusalem. So I hope that we continue to do the same in the future, in the near future as well.
Okay, so if you have anything to add, maybe for the Armenians under blockade in Nagorno-Karabakh, the floor is yours.
Yes, my friend, my family in Artsakh, it's a hard time, but I'm sure that the truth and the good people will win, will survive the situation. We remember the history, the common history of the Jewish people and the Artsakh and the Armenian people who succeed to survive a lot of genocide and catastrophe, and still we are still here, the Jewish people and the Armenian people. And I know that it's hard time, but I know that as soon as possible the situation will be changed. and I'm sure that we will meet again in Stepanakert, and I hope also in Shushi. So I'm with you, my friends. I'm with you.
Thank you very much for your warm words. Thank you very much.
Thank you.